Alright guys, welcome back to the garage. We'll take a seat here. So today I'm going to do a push day. It's going to be my first push day or doing any pressing work since I dinged up my shoulder about 6 days ago. Nothing too crazy. I think it was kind of an overactive trap and a little bit, messing around with ring dips and give myself a little ding there. But it's doing alright. My range of motion, everything is pretty decent. But we'll see. I'm going to adjust some exercises today from what I've been doing. And there may be some exercises that I adjust on the fly as well. But I'll kind of cover those as we go and actually go through the session. But, dips have never worked well for me, parallel bar dips. And for some reason I was like, maybe ring dips will be better. And horrible idea. Ring dips just require a whole bunch more stability, and it was just, dips and me just do not get along. I think parallel bar and ring dips are a great exercise for those of you that can do them, and I envy those of you that can, whose shoulders tolerate them, but not a great exercise for me, especially when I'm 4 weeks in a calorie deficit, and I was overtraining a little bit. Overtraining's maybe not a good word. I was training too frequently though. I was training like 6-7 days a week, actually like lifting, like bodybuilding, recreational bodybuilding, quote unquote. So my sessions will stay pretty much the same. Still going to lean into that PPL type stuff, and but I'm going to be kind of training like every other day, so 3 to 4 days a week. And to account for that, I'll be doing a little bit more volume, but I'm still going to do like mostly 4 exercises per session, maybe sometimes 5 exercises per session. But rather than doing like 2 sets per exercise, I'll do, today I'm going to shoot for 5 sets per exercise, get a little extra blood in there, and we'll see where it goes. But we'll be doing 3 to 5 sets per exercise, 4 to 5 exercises per session from here going forward, but I'll be training less frequently. On my non-lifting days, I will still be lifting technically. I'll do some like kettlebell swings and stuff like that. Or cleans, like I've shared the kettlebell axe double clean workout last week, I think. So I'll still do stuff like that a couple days a week. But yeah, I won't do like hardcore, like bodybuilding, again, 2 words, back to back to back, like I've been doing the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, however long it's been. So anyway, yeah, take your rest days. They're good for you, especially when you're calorically deprived slightly. But yeah, so I'm going to warm up today with some kettlebell halos just to loosen up the shoulders, see how things are going, loosen up the shoulder, upper back. Great movement. I kind of got it from Pavel's Simple and Sinister book, which Simple and Sinister was a program I did back in 2019, 2020, and I'll make a whole nother video on it. But in short, I loved it during it because I drank the Kool-Aid. The results I got from it from a physical body composition standpoint were atrocious. I lost tons of gains, but I've written articles about this and emails about this that were very long, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But I'll make a video about that. That's a good topic. So halos though were something I picked up as the warm-up for Simple and Sinister that I really liked. And it's something that this, kind of dinging up my shoulders, kind of clicked a little reminder. I should probably do those more frequently, especially before upper body days. And then I'm going to go back on the cable and do some cable crunches, just 1 set. I got a 40 kilo, 88 pound kettlebell on there, so we'll see how it feels. As I've said before, if I don't do abs first thing in the workout, I'm just going to skip it. I'm never going to do them. So I try to incorporate abs just into my warm-up along with like glute bridges or halos or band pulls. I'll throw either a loaded carry or an ab isolation movement in there just for 1 or 2 sets, get it in, get it done. And yeah, just check that box for ab work. So yeah, we'll get to it. Push day. I also was planning on making this video all dumbbell exercises, so we'll see how the shoulder's feeling and if I need to adjust that, but I think it should be all right for everything. So again, we'll kind of progress. If I have to adjust fire on the fly, we'll do it, but shoulder's feeling pretty good, so I think we'll be all right. 5 reps each direction, alternating sides each time. From the side here. See, my thoracic spine's a little tight, so this will help. Ooh. Flirting with a little danger there as it breezes the bun just a tad, but that's all right. Builds character, and what's another concussion anyways? So let's get to workout now. All right, third set of lateral raises coming up. Just using 15 pounds here, and on these where I feel the shoulder a little bit, again, not too bad, just a little. I'm not working through a ton of pain, just a few click points. So, like I said, considering I dinged it up 6 days ago, I think it's okay. I think I'm gonna survive. I don't think we're gonna need to amputate this arm. We'll see, jury's out, but I'm gonna keep it right here is kind of where I start feeling it. And again, once you come over here, a lot of times the trap starts coming in play more. So I keep harping. I really think it's a lot of, this left trap just really needs to be loosened up. I don't know, maybe I need some lay on a lacrosse ball a little bit more or something, or get someone to stab a needle in me. But I'm gonna keep the range of motion a little bit less. I'm using just a pair of 15-pound dumbbells here. Just doing 10 reps, not going to failure, just controlling it. This is my third set of 5 here. All right, 3 down, 2 more to go, then we'll figure out what we're doing for triceps. All right, guys. I was a little concerned today, but we're having some real quality fun right now this session. Whew, just finished my second set of skull crushers. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do for ye old triceps today. Dumbbell exercises haven't always been the easiest for me to work my triceps. I've had issues with skull crushers in the past, but generally with skull crushers, I think it's when you're doing them for a long time, progressing for a long time, people's elbows or something, they just get to a weight with dumbbells, they just can't progress and it gets boring. But, you know, doing 5 sets, going for around 10 reps, 5 to 10 reps per set. And I'm keeping that rule for all exercise this session, 5 sets of no more than 10 reps. If I get less than 10, I've gotten 10 reps on everything except my single arm overhead presses, which I was taking a little easy. And yep, still able to press overhead without the arm falling off. So it didn't kill me. Like I said, really the horizontal pressing was the hardest part. But I think also the bench you use makes a difference on skull crushers. My other bench, the bench you all are currently sitting on right now, is a little wider, so it's a little more awkward. Like the dumbbells will hit the side next to my head or something, even if my head's laying out. I don't know. This bench is a little thinner at the top though. It's also a little higher. Honestly, there could be no difference here, but in my mind, it's making a difference. So let's hit this set. Number 3 of skull crushers. Again, keep it a little light. I was a little worried skull crushers might be tough on the shoulder here, but I've seemed to have found a position where it feels pretty good. So we're just gonna keep rocking with it. So here we go, set 3. Oh man, 10th one almost didn't want to go up. Now I could rock. A lot of times I'm doing tricep extensions or skull crushers, whatever you want to call them. I'll encourage people to come down and rock back here and then come up from there. I'm just not messing with that today though. I found a way today where these feel good. I'm feeling it in the triceps. Yes, I could get a bigger stretch at the bottom by rocking the arms back. But again, here, that tricep or that trapezius is not engaged. As soon as I come here, that trap and that shoulder where I'm kind of tight and hurting a little bit, it's gonna kind of crunch together. So keep in mind, I'm no physical therapist. I'm just a lousy personal trainer and a garage gym bro. But this feels good today, so I'm gonna stick with it. And who knows, maybe that's why I've fallen out of favor with dumbbell tricep extensions or skull crushers before. Maybe that rolling movement just got too, I don't know, tedious or boring. Sometimes when you don't do an exercise for a while though, and then you come back to it, it can feel really productive. So today I'm really happy because I was really afraid. Even like I've been testing it at work, with my clients. While they're resting, I'll get a little pump on. And I've been trying the tricep push downs at work, and it's just like, man, I haven't tried today, but the last few days when I did it, when the shoulder injury was new, this position here was really tough, under load with the shoulder. So I was a little concerned, I'll probably be taking it easy for at least 2 weeks on these shoulder type movements. And I was worried about my triceps, which are not a strong point on my physique at all. Actually, they're it might be my weakest point in my upper body is my triceps. So I definitely didn't want to not be able to train them. So my brain is deprived of oxygen, so I'm kind of blanking out and rambling here. But these feel good. I'm happy with them. I'm going to do the 4th set here in a second. Okay, so first exercise is single arm dumbbell overhead press. A lot like single arm kettlebell overhead press. Great movement. Little bit less range of motion than you get with the kettlebell. Kettlebell, you're kind of coming down here, which this bottom position is kind of that stretch position where I'm still feeling a little bit of pain from here to here in the shoulder. So I just don't want to flirt with that. Did my first set. I'm going to be taking this kind of easy, keep the weight lighter. I'm staying far away from failure here, starting with that left side, and I'm going to go right into the right side because I said I'm not taking these, or at least the first set I didn't push very close to failure. So yeah, we'll see. Aiming just in that 5 to 10 rep range, and I'm going to go for 5 sets on everything today if I can. All right, now we're just gonna match 8 on the right here. Shoulder didn't fall off, so it must be okay for it. I'll find out tomorrow for sure. The dumbbell offers a few different challenges from the kettlebell. Okay, so dumbbell involves a little bit more wrist stability, right? Kettlebell, the weight's hanging over, sitting on the back, so you don't even have to grab it with your hand. However, the kettlebell is a real natural position at the top of the movement because the weight center of mass is on the back of your arm, so it feels very comfortable when you're at the overhead position. Dumbbells, it's a little less stable, especially these are the 10 to 90 pound Bowflex adjustable dumbbells, which you can probably tell, but they're ridiculously long. They're like, gotta be like 18 inches. It's absurd, far too long for anyone's sake. But you know, I kind of like this stability challenge a little bit. But yeah, so in the gym, the dumbbells will feel a little bit different. You know, they're gonna be a little stouter. So different dumbbells will feel different. These definitely feel a little bit less stable compared to like gym dumbbells, or at least most gym dumbbells that I've used. But benefits of dumbbell exercises over the kettlebell is almost every gym I know of has dumbbells up to at least like 55 pounds, most up to at least 90 or 100 pounds. Kettlebells, a lot of gyms don't have kettlebells, or they'll have them up to like 35 or 55 pounds, just not heavy enough to really progress long term. And also every kettlebell is a little bit different. So if you have like one gym that has hammer strength, chrome kettlebells, then you have another one that's using the steel sport, like steel sport kettlebells. Then you have one that's using like a cast iron kettlebell, varying sizes. Different brands, different companies, different makes are all going to have different bell shapes and sizes between the horns. So dumbbells are a bit more consistent, right? 50 pounds is 50 pounds with a dumbbell, and it's going to feel pretty much the same. Might be longer, might be, you know, might have plastic handle, might have metal handle, but for the most part, it's going to feel the same. So dumbbells are great to train with in that they're going to be everywhere. It's really useful. Every gym has them. Most dumbbells are decent. So I kind of like the dumbbell overhead press as a option, and just for uniformity. Let's go right into our third set here, clean it up. I have found single arm pressing, both vertically and horizontally, works great for people that deal with shoulder issues. I've had a lot of members in gyms where I've worked, or clients I've worked with, that come to me and of all different ages, and they'll be like, man, it really hurts to overhead press. It just, you know, a little clicking or something just doesn't feel comfortable. And I'll go and it's like, oh, are you barbell, are you dumbbell, are you? And most of them are doing seated dumbbell military presses. And I see what they're doing and it doesn't look like anything's outwardly wrong. And I'll show them a single arm press, usually with dumbbells. If that doesn't work, I'll use like a kettlebell or a landmine press. Landmine's gonna be the easiest on the shoulder. But everyone, everyone I've worked with who's had shoulder issues, when they switch from two arm pressing to single arm pressing, they're able to press relatively pain-free. So that's one reason I like pressing one arm, particularly at times like this where I'm coming, you know, dealing 6 days into a little bit of a boo-boo here on my left shoulder. You just want to make sure you're not leaning too much, right? It's okay to lean a little bit and get yourself under it, but you don't want to be like, you don't want to turn the military press into a side press where you do it like this number here, right? Once it gets heavy, it might hurt. You might come a little bit away, just like in an overhead press. You might lean a little bit back, but you get under it. Same thing with a single arm press. You might get a little bit away to get the initial lift off the shoulder, but then bring your body up right into it. Okay, so as it turns out, and as is often the case, horizontal pressing actually feels the worst on the shoulder today. So I tried floor presses, I tried floor bridge presses. I thought the bridge press, which when I say that, I just mean this right here. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm bridging up and pressing from here. I thought this would feel good because it's a little bit less range of motion, and it's a decline. I thought it would kind of take the shoulder out of it, but it actually hurts more. So I tried a flat bench press, and that just, you know, I was just tight up here. So incline actually feels the best. Doesn't feel great, but I'm gonna adjust my hand position a little bit, and I'm keeping the weights light. You know, usually on incline presses, I'm using like 75, 80 pounds for set to 10, but you know, nothing crazy. But today, I'm gonna keep it light. We're gonna do like probably 45 or 50. So we'll see. My third set here. So I've got some blood in there, but that left trap especially wants to get involved. So that felt all right, but yeah, it's really the trap from the neck down. So I really think the pain in the front of the shoulder is primarily a trap tightness thing. So trying to keep those that left trap specifically less active. You know, it feels fine and everything, and that's not really bothering the shoulder at all, but I think it's just warmed up now, has some blood into it. So we're gonna keep it light today though, and just get 10, just get some blood in there, check the box and move on.